Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about the blocks that reside down here, my blocks, or also known as custom blocks. Let's get right into this. So whenever you create a new project, you will always see the section is blank. But you'll see one button here that says Bake a Block. When you click on this, it'll open up a little window. Here you can enter your block name, as well as you can add an input or a boolean, which is the inputs with the little square parts. So here, this is an input for numbers or strings, also known as text. These booleans are for true or false. So whatever you put in here, it checks if it's true or false. And then a label, which is just this little block right here, this little text box right here, and it just enters some text to make it easier for you to understand your block. Then down here, there's a little check mark, which is run without screen refresh. So when you check this, the code in this block will play, but it will not be animated. I'll show an example right now. Okay, so right here we have two examples. Here we have just a simple move 50, and then we have a move 50 in a custom block. So when you click on this, it moves there, but you can see that it's just slightly, you can see in between. But when you click on here, it just goes instantly. So if you want your projects to react more fast and smoothly, then using a custom block and sending it to refresh is great. Another thing custom blocks are really useful is sorting out your code. Let me make a quick example of where this can be useful. Okay, I made a script here, and it simply just makes a move script so you can move around the can, and when it touches the apple, it plays a nice sound and disappears. Now, however, if we look at the code, this is fine and it works, but that's a lot of code. We can separate this pretty easily by using a custom block. If we just go in here and make a block, I'll call this movement. And then just click OK. Then I can just put all the movement code in here and replace all of that with this. That code is still existent, but makes it really easier to read, especially if you're showing code to someone or reading some old code of yours. Using a custom block makes it super easy to read your code and show your code to others. So here it just makes it, instead of being all these if statements, just forever movement, and then if it's touching the apple, play the sound and disappear. Make the apple disappear. This makes it super clean. You can use these. So if we go into here to edit it, we can add something like this, and we can make it say move steps, and then just click OK. So now there's a nice little bubble here, and here's an example. I'll make this real quick. So now what I did is this makes it easier to edit your code, because now you can put steps instead of, let's say you think your cat is moving too fast or too slow, you have to go through and manually change each number, especially if you have tons of values, but all the values are pretty similar. It's pretty easy. Also, you can see here that for the negative numbers, I just use the join to make sure that it goes negative. And then inside of the bubble in our custom block, we can just add the number we want and test it. It still works exactly the same, but instead the number that's in here just goes through all of this. So what custom blocks are mostly used for is just making it easier to read your code, or just making things easier to edit your code, or maybe just making it run more smoothly. There's tons of stuff you can do with custom blocks, and just start messing with it and implementing it into your projects. Just you could take one of your big projects and just use these custom blocks, and it'll make it super easy to organize your code and make it easier for you to read it. That's all for today, and goodbye.